Hi everybody, Jessica here again with another video. This time I'm interviewing Mary Chris Mystica.
Hi guys.
A local model, actress, and singer. So tell us about yourself.
Okay, so like she said, my name is Mary Chris Mystica. I was born in Northern Mariana Islands. I am Filipino. I lived in Philippines for a couple of years, then I moved here in Virginia maybe when I was 7, so that was like 2000. I'm 18.
How did you get started? Because I met you and you were still in high school. Was that still in high school? I don't know. Yeah, I was
freshman.
a senior. Okay, I was a senior and she was a freshman. So that's when I met you, and I've literally seen your development from when you started. You know, you're starting out your modeling, and now it's gotten so good. So how did you get into it?
I want to say I probably started off like, it was more so like 2009. We went to Philippines. That was like the vacation that I had with Queenie. We flew there together. We were always photogenic, so, and we were like, okay, like sure, why not? So we actually had our little pictorial like photo shoot, just us, like we actually paid for this one, and then they actually sent our stuff off to ABS-CBN, and then eventually they took us. We went on vacation to Puerto Galera, which is a part like somewhere in Philippines, like islands or whatever, and ABS-CBN was actually there, and we were on. I've never actually seen this stuff. This like it's crazy, but we did like Sports Unlimited, and they took pictures of us. They just randomly saw us on the beach and just wanted to take pictures. We were like, okay, and then since then I came back by myself, and then after that, like actually like my mom just like started like pushing me more, because I went to the Philippines and did like voice lessons and stuff too. So my mom just like pushed me, and then was doing like telling me about like modeling and acting school, just then third, went through that, and then joined a competition, like met a bunch of agencies and management that like wanted me. But then now, like recently, this year or like last year, I signed with Dexter.
Yeah.
It's IEMA, and yeah, and since then we've just been taking off, and I just took myself more seriously.
Yeah.
So I think that's when I started really like progressing.
So you actually went to acting school?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to get more? You want to get on TV or movies?
I mean, like modeling and acting go hand in hand also.
Yeah.
So.
When you're getting ready for photo shoots or being filmed, pictures being taken, how do you get ready for that?
Some of the products that I use for my face, we can of course just get it from like any drugstores. Simple stuff like Clean and Clear. It's good to have stuff for exfoliating your face, and then just like gentle wash. And like as far as like makeup and stuff, I mostly use MAC.
So you like MAC? I love MAC. A lot of people love MAC.
Yeah.
What's your like go-to makeup style?
Okay, so my go-to is it's mostly just natural. I just like to have just like very bare like makeup, and it'll just be something like, because usually my outfits are already kind of a lot to it, like an attention grabber. So sometimes like most of my makeup is just like very like minimal. Simple eyeliner, or like a little bit of lipstick, like that's pretty much it. Or I mean, besides like my face and foundation and stuff, but it's nothing too crazy. I'm not very good at like eyeshadow, so
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do all that.
Is there a go-to product that you swear by? You like have to. It has to be in your possession all the time. If it runs out, you have to convince the store and get another one because you swear by it.
Probably my Fuchsia Fever lipstick by Revlon. That's like my favorite lipstick of all time.
Yeah.
It's very bold. It's pink, pretty much pinkish, but I literally have like maybe like 3 of it right now.
Okay, so not only being physically beautiful for being a model and stuff, do you try to be like a role model for your community and the girls that may look up to you?
I feel like, I think I tweeted this before, or I just like thought about it. Someone somewhere out there is always like watching you, so no matter if you even try to be a role model or you don't, you automatically are to somebody. And so I guess like I already taking that thought, and I just like embrace it, and I was like, okay, I want to be real as I can be, because I am human, I make mistakes, but like, I don't want to show off like I'm perfect and this, that, and the third, but I do want to be more of like a positive influence to people because I know like I'm a genuine person and I want to help out. That's like the main thing that I want to do.
Yeah. Have you always been that type of person? Have you always been that confident with yourself?
No, definitely not. I mean, like growing up, I was always like really skinny, and just of course like insecure. We all have our insecurities, but I was just like, like I'm really skinny. Like I never wanted to wear like a bathing suit. So to do even like the Skya swimwear line, that was like kind of like a big deal. But as I grew up and just started wanting to be me and not so much everybody else. I just found more confidence in myself. Like, so I mean, through the years, I got more confident, of course.
Yeah. One of the more important questions for the interview, and what I'm really getting at, is like, what makes you beautiful? You talked about, your regime, your sleep, working out. But what else do you think adds to that? People are born and they're people look at them and they're like, okay, you're a pretty person. What do you think makes you up as a beautiful person?
Yeah, no one actually put me to that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's a quote.
I have a quote. I put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, I was like, that's it. It's by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and it says, the most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of their depths. These persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and a deep love and concern. Beautiful people do not just happen.
That quote, it's really deep, and I really believe in it. Obviously, you do too. Some specific things in the quote. Do you personally know defeat? Like you said, you haven't always been the most confident person, the confident girl that I see in front of me now. So from that past you, the not as confident you, can you go back and kind of elaborate on that and where you built up from there?
Let me take you actually to an experience, and this was more last year. That's like the craziest thing. That was the hardest year I've ever had in my entire life. It was like breakdown and depression and some stuff that I shouldn't have done. I pretty much almost like committed suicide. This is after my aunt, my very close aunt to me, she passed away, and then like it wasn't even like 2 months later, then my best friend passed away, and then it was like my first serious relationship, so that really took a lot on me also, and it just ended very badly. It just wasn't healthy at all, and I just wasn't taking care of myself. I was more concerned of other people than myself, and my mom even like called me out on it. So like going through that, I found my way out of it, So that's why like the quote spoke so loudly to me.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for you, having gone through that what seems like defeat, and a lost moment where it feels like you're at rock bottom, how did you climb out of it and kind of raise yourself? And what can you say for people who are going through the same thing?
I just picked my head up and like looked around me, and the people around me were those who loved me, and it was all done by love. Like I'm very big on that. My mom was right there. I think the time when I was a week, I think she really slept beside me and watched me till I went to sleep again, and helped me eat because I just didn't want to eat, and she was just there for me, and my friends would always just like cheer me up, or we just do something to keep my mind off of it, or just be busy. Just pretty much looking at the blessings I already had versus like my losses. It's like once I know like that's taken away, it's like okay, to me it's like God is about to bring something much greater.
Yeah.
And so I mean during that course of time and just climbing out of that, I was finally taking care of myself, and then eventually people who weren't good for me, they were just being taken out of my life and then being replaced with people who were so much better for me, more positive, and like that's just like exactly what I needed.
You're modeling, you're acting, you're singing. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
The next 3 years, I definitely see myself not living in Virginia, and that's not any throwing shade here, but I do know that there's more opportunities elsewhere.
My last question for this interview, I'm going to ask you again, what is it that makes you beautiful? Not the physical features,
Of course.
not the makeup or anything. What makes you, you, and beautiful?
So when I finally learned to love myself, out of that I just gained more confidence. So confidence is probably the number one thing that makes me beautiful.
Confidence is key. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and thank you again for America.
Thank you for having me.
A rose growing from the ground is one of my favorite metaphors, because seldom in life do you see things except for in nature where they don't start off beautiful. A rose is actually a seed that is implanted in the cold, dark earth, and eventually, with nurturing and care from not only itself but the elements around it, like the sun and water, the rose eventually pushes through and breaks free from the cold, dark ground and breaks into the sunlight and rises up confident and beautiful. And it's strong in a delicate way. It's strong in a way that's strong for itself. It makes it beautiful. It makes it more appreciative. And a lot of people just see the rose at face value. Just like with people, they'll see people at face value, but there's so much more. There's a story, a background, a history. There's a beginning. And I think my point with this video and just interviewing Maricus is that there are tons of beautiful people in the world, but it's important that we look past the obvious beauty, the obvious things that society tells us is beautiful, and really dig deeper into the meaning of what beauty truly is, and break away from that definition that society has built for us of beauty, and actually create a definition for yourself. You know, what's beautiful for me, what's beautiful for Maricus, what's beautiful to, I don't know, anybody. It all differs. So the important thing is to realize that you should own your individuality, you should own your uniqueness, you should own your own beauty. You should really give your rose a chance to fully bloom before you cut it.